Hey guys, it's me, Susan. Just want to do another video to update you guys really quickly on progress I've made and what I'm planning on working on soon and next, and some haul. So I finished my Mill Hill Frosty Presents kit. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. There we go. I finished this little guy. I'll show you the present I cut out here in a minute, but here he is. I don't know if you can see that it's called a fringe stitch. You stitch it, and then the way you stitch it, it allows you to clip it so it looks like fringe on a scarf. And that's what I done. And the little beads at the top on his little scarf hat, I can get the angle of the camera right. A little metal snowflake that sticks up. Oh, and here's this little present. I've already cut it out. I couldn't wait. Well, makes my hand wants to shake. There we go. That attaches to him. That's why there's no beads stitched in this little area right here, because I'll attach him and I need to attach the presents. And I bought some felt I want to show you on one of the haul, because I had been using brown craft paper to back Mill Hills. These little kits like this anyway, they come with the little pins, but I never use those. Let me put him back up in the package so I won't lose that little present, because I would be upset. Anyhow, I saw another YouTuber, I can't recall who, use felt to back the back of them, and felt at AC Moore was only 33 cents a sheet. And I'm gonna try felt and see how I like that. Okay, update for this here. I have, before I show it to you, I have managed to get all the beehive area stitched. And to me, I consider these little finishes when I break them up, even though it's not 100% finished. But I mean, I've got all the green around there, the border, the wooden vine border kind of thing, the two bees, and I've started on this flower, this butterfly, and this butterfly. It was a lot of greens and browns. This kit has a lot of greens and browns in it, especially greens. And I was ready for some color. Various shades of browns and greens, of course, but I was ready for a new color. Let me pop off the top because I had to move it on the Q-snaps. I don't have to take it all the way off. As you can see, I mean, everything's all done except for the back stitching. And because some of it's kind of long, this back stitching is really, you pull it a long ways. I'm going to wait and save it to last, so when I move it on the Q-snaps, it won't pull it and stretch the back stitching out of shape. I mean, if it was tighter, smaller back stitching, I would go ahead. Those little bees are so cute. They'll be more defined when they get back stitched. But as you can see, if you watched my last video, I was still just getting back started up here in the beehive. I got quite a bit done this past week. You can see some of the green. I got almost... This is the biggest chunk of yellow in this flower, and there's some of that same yellow in this butterfly. There's none in this butterfly, but I'm going to go ahead and start on this flower down here with that same color before moving on. And I'm going to get the both flowers, both butterflies, and the stems, and all the green half-cross stitches in this area. And then I'm just already looking forward and picking out and moving ahead and thinking, what could I stitch next? But I'm happy. Oh, yeah. And if you notice from my last video, so I won't have to do the gridding all at once. I went ahead and finished gridding all the way down through here. So a little over half probably is already gridded now. And not every project do I grid on. But these kind of projects where you got these half stitches and they're kind of popped in everywhere. For me personally, it works best for me to grid. But once again, and just in case you can't see it, this was a Dimensions kit called Morning Praise, designed by Susan Wingett. I hope I'm saying it right, but she's got my same first name, so I can definitely say that one. Susan. Okay. Another thing. This is from last week, so I'm going to move it out of the way. Yes, I still have it sitting here. Anyhow. We'll go ahead and jump to this first. I got this in the mail last week. It's gorgeous. It's a 32 count Belfast Spring Garden Opal Fat Quarter. It's opalescent. I don't know if you can, there you can kind of probably see the little shinies maybe catching the light. I'm thinking it's a silk weaver, and I don't know, but it just looks like one to me. But if y'all can find Spring Garden from, let me hold it. Let me fold it over and I'll keep running it up so you can see them. But it is so pretty. I mean, that's, from my end, it's showing up pretty true. It's got some pinks, yellows, and greens. See the yellows kind of through here and greens. It's showing up pretty good. And of course, as soon as I see these kind, what do I think comes to mind and look beautifulness? Mirrors. I mean, I think a lot of us kind of think that when we see these beautiful fabrics hand dyed, we think mirrors. But, I mean, mirrors don't always go on these. People don't always use them for. But that's what pops in my head. Okay, next thing what I was going to do. Dust off the old tablet here. I mean, I use it every single day, but I guess it goes. Okay, I went yesterday and bought 95% of the floss I need for this, because some of them I've been meaning to start the butterfly ball through Heaven and Earth Designs Hayden. I've had it kitted up for a while, but I did not like the fabric I had chose for it, so I need to order a bigger piece of 28 count even weave. So there is a few colors. I double checked both lists to see what I had the colors of for that one for the flosses, because as you know, these big ones take a lot of thread. And sometimes it's only needed for a couple hundred stitches or less. So I cross-referenced which ones I had for the butterfly ball and for Fright Night. Fright Night is, and the Hay no longer carries it on their site. I saw it on Instagram. A lady was getting ready to start hers. And I was like, please tell me I bought this a long time ago. Please tell me I bought this. So I went searching through my Hay patterns, the PDFs on my computer. Sure enough, I bought it. So I cross-checked which ones. And there was a handful, about 5 or 6 flosses that I could probably use from the other kit that they didn't use the full skein. So Joann's, when I went to Joann's this past week, they gave me a 20% off coupon. Not Joann's. I said Joann's down. I meant AC Moore. AC Moore gave me a 20% off coupon that was only good, 20% off your entire purchase. That was only good yesterday, Sunday, from 4 to 7 in the afternoon. And today is August the 1st, by the way. So I can have a reference point and you can have a reference point what day it is for me. So yesterday was July 31st. And I went to Walmart first, because the Walmart that does have the ones that carry fabric still in their store, which there's only 1 or 2 in my area that does, because there's Walmarts everywhere down here because of the beach. Their thread is 33 cents. So I went to Walmart first, and I needed some floss bobbin winding cards, and they are cheaper because they're like $1.99 at AC Moore, and they're 99 cents for the cardboard ones at Walmart, and they only had 4 packages of them left. I grabbed up all 4 of them. And while I was there, I went ahead and got what floss that was there at that Walmart. But because AC Moore's floss is priced at 42 cents, and with the 20% off, it made it 1 cent cheaper than Walmart, which was 32 cents. But anyhow, here's Fright Night, and I got the fabric for it because it's big enough for the 28. I want to do it on 28 count even weave. It's big enough for the ones you can buy at Michael's and AC Moore to fit on there. That with 2, it will just leave me 2 inches around all edges. But here I'm showing you my finger. I measure sometimes my inches by my finger, believe it or not. When I don't want to pull out a ruler, and it's pretty accurate. I'm gonna show you from about here to here is 1 inch. This is 2 inch, and that's about 3 inches. I don't know if it's the same how long y'all's finger is, but mine's pretty accurate. But since the pattern's on my big computer, I pulled it up on my tablet just to image. And this is the Heaven and Earth Fright Night. I think this may be the original painting because most of the time Heaven and Earth watermarks theirs online through there. But this showed up brighter and clearer because I did find one with the watermark. Or maybe this is somebody's stitch piece, I don't know. But this is the exact pattern. I'm trying to show it the whole thing to where it won't have the glare on it. There is a krennic that's called in this. And I believe we probably use it. I didn't look too close on the pattern. Probably in that where that ghosty is, sorry. But it's got the cats up in the corner, bats on, evil looking pumpkins there in the center, ghosties and crows and all those good nice things. Just a very spooky stitch. On 28 count fabric, now this is without seam allowance. Let me turn my tablet off, or so it won't eat up the battery. Without, you know, the 2-inch border. It's 16 1/8 inches wide by 20 inches long. It's 450 by 560. 450 wide by 560 long. And that's what it works out to be on that. I will definitely have it framed, but I feel like 2 inches would be good enough for some. Some may feel that is not enough fabric left. I mean, 2 inches on each side, so it's really 4 inches extra fabric, both wide and top, but will work out to 2 inches all around. Because I will probably maybe try to frame it myself, but in time that's plenty of room to take around to the edge of the foam core board and pin it and stretch it. Because in these types with Haid, I will be honest, I haven't never started a Haid. I've had butterfly ball kitted up for over a year. Haven't started it. I had a ginormous, probably 1.5 yards of 22 count fabric. 22, but I got to feeling it, and because it's 22 Hardanger count fabric. It's for Hardanger. And it's got a really good stretch to it. And I just don't think I want that stretch for that big. And now this one is huge, because it's the large butterfly ball, and it's by Amy Stewart. And it is still on the Heaven and Earth Designs website, still available for purchase, and it's gorgeous. To me personally, everybody's taste is different. And I need a much bigger piece for that than what I can get 28 count even weave at Michael's or AC Moore. Okay, on to the next. Oh, but I used my 20% off coupon, and I wound up spending $22 at Walmart for the floss and $23 at AC Moore. So that was $45 just in floss, because it takes that much. And I still didn't get everything I need. Like, I'd say probably 6 to 10 of them I'm crossing over so I won't have so many extra flosses with butterfly ball. And it called for 21 skeins of black. I got 10 skeins of black. This is just the floss, which is 65 skeins, because I counted them. And it don't look, I mean, it, for Macy Moore. This is what I used to, and this is the only thing I purchased. So that's 65 skeins right there. And I'm going to put them on bobbins, and then I've got all my floss ready for butterfly ball. It's already wrapped on the cards in the plastic, you know, tote, or not tote thing, but plastic container. You know those floss containers we use, us stitchers like to use. I can't think of the exact name of them. So that was for Macy Moore. Oh, no. It was $22 at Walmart. So it was a little less than 40. I'd say about $40, $41, because $4.97 each. So you might as well say $4 of these. Because they only had 4 at that Walmart, and I grabbed up all 4 of them. There is 56 cardboard bobbins in each one. It's got a place where you can write the number right there for DMC. But what I do, let me take a skin and I'll show you. Slide both these ends off, and I take my little scissors and I just cut right around the edge of that number. Take a tiny piece of tape, Scotch tape. I use the clear though, not the frosted, so you can see through it better. And just tape it up to the top corner edge. That saves me doing all that writing. Of course, it doesn't save me cutting them out and taping them, but that's just the way I like to do it. And if these don't get too busted up, the cardboard, because eventually you will have to throw them away. They'll get used and handled too much and they'll get wonky. You can just easily, for the most part, peel that little tape with the number and put a different number on them if you want to. That's just me. Okay. And here is the Floss. Let's let that back down. The lady at Walmart didn't put them in the bag as neat as the lady at AC Moore, which is fine. As long as she didn't drop none on the floor after all that hard work of pulling. Because when you get down to those bottom low numbers, honey, girls, it's hard to bend over and dig for them 30s, 51, 3700s. When they got that low shaft down to the ground, when you get older, it gets harder. But anyhow, I'm sure some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Here's the Floss that I picked up at Walmart, and it's just kind of all bungled in there. If that's even a word, bungled in there. So, flossy flossies. Oop, left one out. Let's not leave their friends out. So, I'm thinking I'm going to start that probably this week. My first aid. Yay! I know that was dramatic. Yay! So yeah, I'm excited about doing it. Oh, and the butterfly ball. I meant to on Friday to order my fabric for that. I didn't get around to it because I Uber. If some of you know what Uber is, if not, I'll give you a brief description. Uber is an app that's on your phone. This is not a phone, but you open up if you need a ride and you request a driver, and I go pick them up, drop them off where they're going, and I get paid. Anyhow, okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the haul. It's not a huge amount like I've done in the past, showing you charts and charts and charts. I do have something coming in the mail this week I am excited and very much looking forward to. But I will tell you all about that when that comes. I want to spoil a surprise. Okay. This is quite simple, quick, and pretty basic. Here is the felt that I bought. I got a really dark brown. And then I thought, well, how would a cream look? So I grabbed up a cream for 33 cents each. I bought a white and another cream. I should have grabbed up a light tan. I thought I did, but I don't guess it. But I'm going to just take some of the Lean's craft glue and put a couple dots. I don't want to like all over the back. And there's my receipt. No, actually, that's where I bought me a cherry Coke from Sonic and dropped it in the bag. Okay. Let me just go ahead and get all this stuff out of here. That way it's easier. And I showed you on last week's video. This is all from AC Moore, by the way. When I'm looking down because I'm sorting these floss, so when I show them to you, I won't have to sit there and mess with them. That one's by itself. It's a loner, which is totally cool. Okay. This is all from AC Moore. Last week's video, I showed you some of the dollar floss I grabbed up. And what are these exactly? Let's see. Okay, they're just the variegated DMC floss. Yeah, 100% cotton. This is $41.26. Once again, these were regular $1.49. And they're not showing up too good because it's kind of cloudy and overcast. Finally, we got some much needed rain last night. But it's got shades of a green, a real light green, a pretty orange, a yellow. Just, by the way, if the number's $41.26, I got 4 of those. I'll just toss it back in the bag. That's the easiest way for me to keep up with it. This one's $41.28. It's more of the golds and a cream tannish. I got 2 of those. Like I said, they're showing up me because of the weather. They only had 1 of this one. It's like they found it behind the thing because it was a little dusty, and I dusted it off to make sure, it didn't get it dirty or anything. But it's $41.40, and it's browns and tans and like kind of a goldish brown in it too. Just 1 of those. Picked up this little kit. It was $1. Button mushroom. Very, very simple kit. I'm trying to get the glare off. Comes with the little black frame though. Look how cool. And the little mounting, the little mounting board. So when you're done with it, you can pop it right in there. You're all good to go. Okay, last week, my hair is long and I'm about to die. See how long it is? About to sweat. Because my daughter just came in here being funny. Miss A. Burwell. Her name's Alexandria, and she's got her basketball hoodie on, and it has A. Burwell, and I say A. Burwell. She's A. Burwell. Because I turned the ceiling fan down because I hate it when those videos, it kind of hurts my eyes when those fans are going so fast. And it just like messes with my eyes and sometimes gives me a headache. Yeah, you can have some apple juice. I tell the girls, I'm filming a video. Shh, be quiet. And there she held it, the apple juice out of the fridge. Like, here, can I have some? I'm like, yeah. Last week, AC Moore had the 50% off coupons. Each week, sometimes it's 40%. Sometimes they'll do a special for 20% off your total order, like last night. And I've had my eye on this kit. You better leave me alone, girl. She's 16. I got twin girls at 16, and that was A. Burwell. That was one of them. Anyhow, we kid and play around and keep it real, keep it funny. That's what you gotta do in life. Keep it real and keep it funny, and you'll make it through life for the most part. You'll have a few bumps and bruises along the way, but you'll get there. And that's what I tell them. Have my own this kit. It's not really my style, but for some reason this kit kept calling to me. And calling to me. And there was nothing particular in mind that I had to use on my 50% off coupon. And I said, what the heck? I'm buying it. It's the Bucilla. Some people say, I say Bucilla. Some people say Bucilla. I think it's Bucilla. But I murder and chop words all the time. So it is what it is. It's Heirloom Collection. It's called Planetarius. And that wizard is freaking awesome, yo. The stupid glare. Let's see. It's got like, I believe that's Saturn that has the rings. You can't hardly see it on the camera, but it's got like a backstitch ring kind of right there. If you want to see a better picture of it, just pull up the good old trusted Google. And you can find him really easily, I'm sure. But he's got some corded and roped there on his robe. And the ground, I know I'm killing it with the glare, but I'm sorry. And I don't want to really open it yet. The ground is really, it's going to be confetti stitching in there, I believe, for the most part. But I don't know, it looks like some little blocks. And then his beard, I'm trying to get closer. And then his sashing. And then that blue rope. Like I said, if I stitched, I don't even know if I'd hang it up. If I did, once I quit with my husband's health, he hasn't worked on and he's been busy. He hasn't worked on my quilt studio in a while. And it's about time for Mama to say, honey, when you getting back out there? And it's stitched on black, 28 count black even weave. And dark fabrics don't really bother me as long as I have good lighting. And sorting threads does not bother me. I actually don't mind sorting threads. Kind of therapeutic to me. But, like I said, I grabbed this sucker up, used my 50% off coupon on it, and I thought, heck, if I let it sit there and sit there and sit there, and I'm like, I changed my mind, I'm sure somebody would appreciate it, and I could turn around and sell it and get my money back and go on to the next stitchy thing. So, yeah, there he is. So that's what I done last week on that one. Oh, let me put my felt back in there. Okay. You sit nicely in this chair. Okay. This here was Michael's last week. This is for the Fright Night. The 28 count even weave Lugana. I think from what I've watched, Carolyn Mazzio, I hope I said her last name right, and a few other who stitch Hades really heavily. A lot of them I've noticed use the 28 count. I don't know if they use even weave, but I just feel like because I don't think I could handle linen. See, I go butchering words. I don't think I could handle linen on a Haid. It's just the even weave of the holes would be so much more uniform and nicer. So this is what I'm putting Fright Night on, and it's 20 by 24. So like I said, that gives me 4 inches extra, 2 inches extra play on each side. I have a ton of these already. I showed you a couple last week, but did I want to get into those? Because I'm like, no, that's my stash. So bought one just for it. And why not? Because I believe I used my 50% off coupon on it. Yep, sure did. Okay. On the cube that I'm going to do, I come across this trims right here that would match very nicely. And I'm going to put the ribbon down that I showed you guys. But there's some vintage looking like lace. And my house isn't by no means vintage, but it does have that sandy color kind of. And it's hard to see. Like, again, the lighting is awful. And I was going to lay, and even this little tiny ball trim right here, I was going to lay this around the bigger ribbon to give a little decorative touch. I mean, I'm going to lay it across it and see how I feel, what I think about it, and try that. I'm trying to keep an eye on how many minutes I'm in, because after last week, like 45 minutes in, it kind of, or 40 minutes in, something like that, it kind of cut off, and it like done, but it kept recording, but it cut off one video at like 40 minutes and then kept recording the other 12 minutes. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. If I have to stop and pause and then restart another video, that's what I'll do. Oh, and I grabbed this up just for my stash. It's a little longer, but really, this one's 20 by 27. I should use my coupon on this one. But I mean, it's still going to be the extra 2 inches on each side because of the width of 20, so I'm going to just use this and keep it even all the way around. But that's just another even weave. That's by the MCG Textiles. That's pretty common at Michael's, and AC Moore don't carry these at my local AC Moore. Oh, and the only other thing I picked up, this was $1.50. Was this little, it's a notepad to maybe start writing down what all I want to talk about, and I forgot to grab it up. I did have a notebook, an old one, the kids' old school notebooks that I wrote down what I want to talk about, and I forgot to grab it up. But anyhow, if I don't cover everything, I'll catch you again. I'll go over it, and then I will probably film a little bit more because I want to show you that other thing I'm getting in the mail this week. But this is just 80 sheet journal, $1.50. And I thought it'd be cute to do that. Let me drop my trim back in there. Oh, and I showed you guys this on the previous video, the South Carolina Sherry Burkett. She's doing Texas, and she got quite a bit started on hers. I believe I want to get started on this too. And I was talking about dyeing it. And the only thing I feel comfortable, because I was telling you in the last video, there's a little row of stitches in there. That's blue. That blue would greatly match probably the dye, and I don't want to get it too dark. So therefore I want a really, really light blue. I mean barely there blue. Baby blue. And I need to do a little swatch first, because I showed you this liquid dye. And it is light blue dye originally, but I believe I would water it down to get it even lighter, and I need to see what color consistency I need. The only other thing, and this may or may not interest some of you are stitchers and quilters and beaters and painters and all kinds of stuff. A lot of you guys do have other interests and other hobbies other than cross stitch. I do, because all those things I ticked off, I try to get into. So for those that are also quilters, I have noticed there's a lot of stitchers and quilters at the same time. I got a new book in last week called The Farmer's Wife. I hope that's not flipped around because it's showing that way for me. Hopefully it's turning the right way for you guys. It's The Farmer's Wife 1930 Sampler Quilt by Lori Erin Hurd, H-I-R-D. And what it does, I'm going to just show you a page of it. But it's not the pattern. it shows the block, and it's got these letters that these women wrote in, but it starts off, Dear Editor. So I don't know if they wrote into like one of the papers, but it was during the Great Depression, inspiring letters from farm women of the Great Depression and 99 quilt blocks to honor them. So I'm assuming that these women during the Great Depression, mainly during the 30s, of course, 1930s, they wrote in to the local newspaper, I'm assuming. I read one. I haven't read but just a couple of them while I was flipping. It does come with a CD. So you can paper piece the blocks. Of course, it's 99 blocks, 99 quilt blocks. And you could paper piece them, or excuse me, me and my daughter went to Chick Flick. We call it Chick Flick, but it's Chick-fil-A. I have nicknames for everything. Template piecing, where you and rotary cutting piecing, I believe, but I know it's so. And those are the, well, I mean, it shows you the quilt blocks back here, but it don't actually, it tells you what template on the CD. And I really enjoyed that, this book. So, other than that, I just wanted to talk to you about some starts that I like to do. The South Carolina and the Fright Night. I'm really looking forward to the Fright Night. I may even start that one today. I believe I've gathered up some really good tips, and maybe I can go over them as I do them, because I don't want to talk about a tip and I haven't actually tried that tip. You see what I'm saying? Not that, even though if I try it and I like that, like parking threads, doing 10 by 10 blocks on a hay. I just want to get the first-hand experience first and then come back to you guys, because I'm the type of person and stitcher and crafter who feels like just because something works for me and I think it's amazing may not work for you. We all, to each our own, has our very own stitching style, stitching techniques, and stitching ways. I do, however, believe there is tips out there and things that you can watch and learn and try yourself. And yes, they may work, and no, they may not. They may be your thing, and then again, they're not. So, and that's the way I look at things. And I don't think there should be any one person trying to push away onto another crafter, whether it be cross stitch, quilting, any craft, a painting style. Do what works for you. I do what works for me, and I make me happy. You do what works for you, and you make you happy. So if I ever share any tips, and you can say, because I plan on doing several how-to videos. I want to do the cube. I wanted to show you how to do the loop start method. I've wrote these down. I want to do several videos for tips so you can try them. That does not mean you'll like them. That does not mean you want to. But hey, it'll be out there for anyone who wants to give it a try. So, you guys, I hope you're stitching to your heart's content, and that mean old frog stays in the pond where he belongs. Because nobody likes that frog. Mr. Frog, bye-bye. Hit the road, Jack. Anyhow, oh, I did want to say, please like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys who have commented are some of the sweetest ladies. Thank you so much for the wonderful comments. I really do appreciate it. And to all the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing.